to the live stream. A little bit different this time. I was planning on going out to the usual coffee shop of some sort, someplace, somewhere. But surprise, surprise, I woke up early this morning and it was raining. It was pouring down rain. It has not rained here in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, in months. And it is, well, not quite right now. Literally 20 minutes ago it was raining and it's just stopped and it's gotten a bit lighter out there, but the roads are still wet. But yeah, it's been raining all morning. Hey, Hobby Time, how are you? Welcome, mate, welcome. And so, yeah, I thought, well, I need half an hour to get out to a coffee shop location, and that was not going to happen. I didn't plan on riding in the wet if I can avoid it, so I changed my plans and I set everything up here. So here we are in my condo here in Chiang Mai, and dry. That's the important thing. So we've got a few things we're going to chat about on the stream today, and if you'd like to, you can also join us in the chat. Just say hello and let me know where you're from. If you're not already subscribed, you just got to wait 60 seconds after you attempt to say something in chat, and I think that's how it works, and then you can talk amongst with the rest of us, so that'd be great. But otherwise, yeah, please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you like the live stream in advance, because I'm sure you will. And yeah, we'll get into it. So like I say, normally I'm not here at my place doing this, but couldn't get out because of the weather. So yeah, and they didn't predict rain today. They predicted rain possibly in the early hours of the morning, which it did. In fact, I woke up about 2 a.m. to some thunder and lightning, and then the power went out and I saw sparks coming off the top of the power lines poles out there in the street, and I thought, whoa, something's going on. And then after about, I think it was a good 20 minutes, the power came back on. So lucky for me, I've got one of those power boards down here that has like a circuit breaker in it, because over the last few days, not because of the rain, because it's only just rain now, but I think the heat too has caused the power to go out twice in the last week. And I don't remember that happening last year. Now, I've been here a year exactly at the moment. It was a year exactly last weekend. So I'm not sure if power cuts are a thing. But anyway, Yaklama's there. Hello. Good morning from still stuck in Melbourne. Are you still stuck in Melbourne? Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry. Peter D's there from Sydney, from a hot Sydney. Oh, that's good. I've got my computer here. We can go in and have a check and research on anything you guys want to chat and talk about. Good to see there's nearly 30 people just jumped in. I don't know, it's just jumped up then to 30 people. Great. But if you have any questions and you've got anything about the previous videos, I'm just noticing the sun's starting to come out now, so great. It is going to get up to 33 degrees. Yes, thank you. 1 year Thai anniversary. Yes, 1 year. And usually when you have these things like, you know, birthdays and all the rest of it, people say, oh, hasn't time gone past? Does it seem like it's gone quick? I can honestly say the last year has not gone fast. It actually went slow for me. And I think the reason for that is because all of my senses were being overwhelmed for the last 12 months with new stuff, rather than your day-to-day, go to work, come home, cook, sleep, the same things you're seeing, doing, smelling, touching every day. Because I moved here, everything was new. So much more brain activity happening, and that just made like the year just didn't scoot past like the others do, you know. But we'll see when Christmas comes along, when we're thinking, oh God, Christmas again already? I don't know. But it looks like 25 is going to be a nice, a good year, I hope. Last year was a great year, so if I can keep on that track, we're good. Who else we got? Morning, Pete. Is Jackson in Thailand? How are you? We had rain down south as well during the night. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think it's all over Thailand. we'll have to have a look around. So, and have a look on the map. The air up here is actually, the rain is a good thing. The rain has reduced the smog, or the haze, I call it. It's not really smog, is it? When people say smog, I think that more car exhausts, industrial pollution. Up here, when they're talking about the air, we're talking about the burning season and the fires and the smoke. And I'm looking out the window now, and I still can't see the mountains in the distance, but it's certainly looking clearer than it has for the last week. So the rain is definitely a good thing. It's come down through those smoky skies and pulled down that smoke and washed it away. So we should have a couple of nice clear days now. Yeah, it was definitely quite smoky yesterday. Yeah, definitely quite a bit smoky yesterday. Sorry, I got distracted then. I was looking at some birds flying just outside my window. They're just hovering like that. It's like, hey guys, hi. What are you looking at? Anyway, time goes quickly when you eat, sleep, repeat the same routine. Exactly. And don't let that to happen to you if you move over here to Thailand as well. All right, if you move over here, you know, there is so much to do. But, you know, for me, I would say the whole first 6 months of living here still felt like a holiday. Now, I've been a holiday for over here, coming here for 20 years, okay, and nearly every year for short trips. Usually I stop off in Bangkok on the way going somewhere else, but I always stop here for a few days or a few weeks, or in some cases a couple of months. But yeah, it's great. Hey, hello, we got a few people coming in now. Their time is up and they can say hello. Demi, hello from Argentina, welcome. How's Argentina? How's the weather in Argentina? Gosh, South America. Never been there, would love to. I've met so many friends from South America, in Brazil, Colombia and everywhere. Don't think I've met anyone from Argentina though. Excellent. So yeah, it's you got to. It was like a holiday. It is like a holiday, and it wasn't till after that I'd settled down and got into not a habit. There's no habits here. I don't have any habits. Being retired as well means that I can do what I want when I want. I don't have to go to work. I wake up when I want. I decide what I'm going to do that day, where I'm going to go. Whatever. I don't plan too far ahead, and I don't even think about the past. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's always coming, but don't go too far ahead. But we will talk about some stuff here. I'm going to get some advice from you guys, and I'm going to give some advice, at least my thoughts anyway. So what we're going to do is, I know you can't quite see all my computer. Now, one of the questions I get is, why do I stream in portrait mode like this? And one of the reasons is because when you're doing it on YouTube, for about the last 9-10 months, they've changed the format so that live streaming on YouTube is treated like a YouTube short, okay? If you do landscape mode, it's treated like a long form video, which means that doing a live stream short is basically what we do when we're doing portrait mode, opens it up to more people. Now, of course, the subscribers come in and it comes up on their page and they get notifications and stuff like that. But you also get people that might just be searching for things like Thailand, and then they'll come across, oh, there's a live stream from Discovering Thailand. All right, which my name's Peter, by the way, for those who don't know, for anyone new. So it gets out to more, and you get more views, which is great, and potentially more subscribers, you know. So that's why. So I'm trying to squeeze things in a little bit here, but we're okay. Let's see. Demi saying, one day when you can travel, try Argentine food. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Listen, South America is one of many countries I have not been to, but I've been to many countries, as I can say that in the same breath as well. but not in South America have I been anywhere. I'd love to though, especially in Colombia and Brazil and Peru. Anyway, yeah, all those places, great. Are you researching motorbikes, Pete? Yeah, you saw that, didn't you? Oh, I'm just looking at my live stream here there. That's great. Just making sure it's nice and clear, which it will be, because I've got, as you know, if you watch my live streams, I'm on super fast speed now. I'm getting like well over 600, nearly 700 megabyte per second up download speed. Really good. And I'm Wi-Fiing straight from the phone to my AIS provided internet here, and it's working fantastic. Good. Yes, motorbikes, Jackson. Let's talk motorcycles. So I'm thinking of buying a new bike. Now, as you might know, I'm renting a bike right now from a great rental company, and I always plug them where I can because they're worth it, and they really look after their customers like they've looked after me for, I guess, about close to 10 months I've been renting this bike now. It's only a 125 Yamaha, but it's done me well. It's done everything I need. It's great. Although I will say, last week I had 2 flat tyres. A nail went in. I don't know where it is. No, a nail went in the back tyre, and then about 2 days after that, the plug they fixed from the tyre with the nail blew out, and it went down again. Luckily, I was close, both occasions, close to a motorbike repair place, which are everywhere here in Chiang Mai and Thailand. So, but I got a little bit concerned that maybe it should get a new tyre on the back. I'm going to go and speak to my friend at the rental place and just suggest it. I don't know how many people may have had plugs and holes in the tyres before I rented the bike, but when I go out to some really remote spots, the last thing I want to do is get a flat tyre. I do know that the locals will go out of their way to help you and probably throw my bike in the back of a pickup truck and we'll head to a repair place. I'm sure things work out well in the end, but let's avoid it in the first place. So I know from riding my Suzuki V-Strom back in Australia that you would, if you ended up with a flat and you plugged the hole, that's really, you could consider that as a temporary measure. You really want to get a new tyre, you know. So we'll see. But yes, bikes. This, my friends, let me just turn the camera a little bit so I can still stay in the frame a little bit. There we go. All right. So this is the Honda ADV 350. If anyone out there has got one, you got to talk to me in chat, because I don't know, I've heard nothing but good reviews and good news about this bike. I've just heard 2 faults which are easy to fix. Of all the reviews and everything I've found out about this bike and researched, one, the windscreen doesn't come up quite high enough to stop the buffering if you're over 6 foot tall, and I'm 6'1". I've not ridden one yet, but you can buy an extension to make up that extra couple of inches to fix that problem. All right. Yaklama has an ADV 6. Well, right, 160, okay, in Chiang Mai, but I don't ride it much at all. It's a great bike, very comfortable to ride. Good idea to get some crash bars if you buy a bike. Yes, I will be. That will be the crash bars, the side panniers, the top box, all the accessories, of course. And the other fault was apparently the way the front is designed, you get quite a breeze come through onto your legs. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a problem. Maybe your legs might get a bit wetter if it rains, but how often does it rain that you're riding? You know, and then you throw on your poncho anyway, so they're covered down over your knees. And then, well, it's not cold here, so you're not going to get cold, you know. But either way, there's this breeze that comes through. Now, that was from a review someone did in the UK, so different climate. But you can buy these little plastic pieces that go in there and block those holes up, and they look quite good and look like part of the design of the bike itself, and that deflects that, and there's no more problem with that. That's it. Jackson's saying, is it worth buying a can of puncture sealant to keep under the seat? Yes. Yes, that's. I didn't even think about that, did I? I don't even know where I would buy that. I guess motorbike shops sell it, don't they? They have to. But yes, for sure. But we'll see, because I'm looking at buying this, and quite soon too. All right. So I like that colour. I like that. It's sort of a greyish blue colour, right? There's also the black one and a red one. I'm not so keen on the red, even though it probably goes a bit faster, right? But the thing is, the 2025 model's out now, okay? But it's not available anywhere, at least not here in Chiang Mai with the Honda dealers. They're still selling the 2024 model. I don't want the 2025 model. I'm not interested in that. There's no changes from 24 to 25 model, at least that I can find out. I don't think there's anything. In fact, there hasn't been much for the last 3 or 4 years on these bikes. I think the only difference on the, now that I remember, on the latest 25 model is they've got a colour instrument display. It's in colour now, all right? But other than that, the brightness of that screen is fantastic apparently, even in the bright sunlight. It's not a problem. So my road to Thailand. Hey, how are you? Somebody haven't recognised that name in chat before? From Chiang Mai. Beautiful up there in Chiang Mai. How are you, mate? Welcome. Did you get any of the rain last night? Hey? Yeah. Anyway, good. Thank you, mate. Thank you for coming in and saying hello and subscribing. Yeah, Klama's saying you'll struggle to get a price deal as it's not the Thai thing to do. Yeah, so we'll talk about the price. So this, they're selling on the showroom floor as a new bike, last year's model. They want 199,000 baht. Okay, excuse me while I have a sip of my coffee because I just made it, but I don't want it to get cold. We'd say great. Train 2 days ago. Rain 2 days ago. Yeah, yep. Okay, we got our first rain in months just last night and this morning, or early hours this morning. I could hear the vehicles going past on the wet road out there at the moment. So 200,000. Okay. Now, while I was there looking at it, I just went to look at it, just to get a feel for it and just have a look around, and I really fell in love with it, eh? It's fantastic. It's got so much space under that seat, and once you put panniers in that, I really want a tour on the thing. I want to go out, and I mean, you can travel around Thailand on this. Besides that, it's also set up as an adventure scooter for off-road as well. Now, I'm not talking your Suzuki V-Strom 1000 adventure bike and the Kawasaki touring bikes, adventure touring bikes, but it can do, I mean, doing what I do is perfect. Heading along that road to Payaw or Chiang Rai and seeing that little side road that you go down, and then that road turns into gravel, then it turns into dirt, and off you go, and you're going back through all the farmlands and stuff. This can do that. That's all I want. This can do that. Be fantastic. So that's what I'm looking at. Now, they did offer me a second-hand last year's model, all right? So he said to me, and he took my line number, he's going to contact me next month. I don't know why or how it's happening, but he will have a black one, 2024 model, second hand, and he said it's going to be around about 140,000, so 60,000 cheaper. And I think it's one of those things where someone's bought the new bike and rode it for a bit and then decided it wasn't for them and probably gone and upgraded it, or whatever the reason, I don't know. We'll see. Jack said, Dave at Retired Don't Give Up has an ADV 350. Yeah, he often chats on your streams. Oh, I've met Dave. We met up at the Route 66 cafe here in Chiang Mai, him and his wife, and we had dinner, yeah, a meal together, and nice guy, him and his wife, fantastic. And yes, I've been and I've watched his video, or when he bought his bike, the process he went through. And I also watched his video of the top box that he put on with the side boxes as well. And I also watched the video where he fell off his bike as well. So yeah, Dave's top guy. He may be in chat shortly, I don't know. If you are Dave out there, say hello. But he was the one that when I saw his bike, when him and his wife were there on his bike, and I looked at that, I thought, wow, this is beautiful. This is perfect. Not too big, just the right size. So that he's the one that got me hooked on the ADV. Yeah. So now I have had since I looked at this last week at the dealership, I had mentioned it, and another guy said, oh, my mate's selling one. He wants about 100,000 for it. He's going to America, but he'll be back in the 6th of June or something, and he wants to sell it and upgrade to a different bike. I thought, oh, great. But unfortunately, it turned out that he doesn't have an ADV. He has the Forza, all right? Completely different bike, and not what I'm looking for. And it turns out the bike he's looking for that he wants to sell this one for is the ADV. So yeah, everyone seems to be going for the ADV. So so I'm looking at my options, and yeah, I'm just got to watch the finances a little bit. I don't want to go below my requirement. See, my retirement visa for the year is update. My extension's due in May this year, okay, when it comes up. So it's only a few months away. You can, in Chiang Mai, do your extension up to 45 days before that date. So we're talking about the middle of April, I can extend my visa. And basically, I don't want to go below the 800,000 I'm supposed to be in the bank. And if I go taking out 200 grand, that's going to affect that, all right? So what I'm going to do is apply for my visa as early as possible, my extension, get all the bank account details printed, done and submitted. It doesn't affect the date of your renewal. It stays at whatever it was in May. You've just put in your application early. Once that application is in, then I've got no restriction and I can go and spend the money, you see. So that's the plan. But it's a nice looking bike, as you can see there. Nice adjustable screen. I certainly like it. It's got really good ABS. It even has traction control. One of the things I like about traction control is on this one is you can turn it off. So if you are going off-road, I don't like traction control. I like to be in a bit more control of the bike myself. You can switch it off. So that's great. So yeah, there we go. It does look really nice. So I'm paying, I've got my rental bike for a very good price, you know. I don't want to buy a new one. I want to buy a second hand. If I go through the dealership and get one for 140, like he said, and it's got really low kilometres, it will still have the full warranty. Bikes in Thailand have 5 years warranty, okay, which is great. 3 years is on the fuel injection system, I think the guy mentioned, but 5 years is good. So that would be good. Then I would have to go out and buy the mounts for the side panniers, the top box, the crash bars, and do all that, which is just all that's available on Lazada, not a problem. The other option is just buy second hand from somebody who's got one for sale, which I haven't even looked at the moment. But then, of course, you don't get any warranty, and if anything's wrong with it, it's your problem. And I think 140,000 directly from the Honda dealer for the second-hand bike. I'm thinking. So a friend of mine suggested that if they ring me next month, contact me online with the motorcycle and say, we've got it in, are you interested? It was suggested that I go there and with, say, 20,000 Thai baht cash, offer to give them that to hold it for me. I'll give them 20,000 cash, and if they can hold it for me until the end of April, a month, they can keep it. Just give me a receipt that I've paid you 20,000 holding deposit. Then when I've done my retirement visa and that's all gone through, then I can come back and give them the balance and ride away with my bike. Apparently there's no reason why they wouldn't do that. So there's an option. Now, and I'm really looking forward to it, because as much as I like the scooter I'm on, it's just too small if I want to go out and do bigger trips. And I've ridden around Australia on my Suzuki V-Strom 1000 and loved it, you know, and I went away for 6 weeks on a tour on my own with my bike, and of those 6 weeks, I spent just about every single night camping out in the bush. And that's pretty much what I would do here as well, all right? I'd be buying myself a tent, sleeping bag, a mosquito net, all the necessary stuff, and I'd be heading off and keeping off those freeways and backtracking all the way around and doing a circumference of all the way around the edge of Thailand. Not just north to south, but around the edge and back. That's what I plan to do. Hey, if I buy the bike, it might happen later this year. We'll see. Unless they have a lot of interest in that model, they'd probably hold it for you. Yeah, well, that's right. It's only one bike that he'll have for me that's available. And the deposit is a guarantee that, hey, I'm buying it, and I'll give them the reason why. So it should be all right. Like I'm saying, you won't be able to weave in and out of traffic easily. It's quite a bit wider than a small wave or scoopy. Yes, true, but I don't think it would be much different to my Suzuki V-Strom 1000. And back home in Australia, I had no problem lane filtering and going through the traffic. Obviously not as easily, but there seems to be a bit more space here. And you can maneuver around a little bit more, but it's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. I'll still be able to get around. It won't be as zippy as my little rental Yamaha is at the moment, but it'll still be fine. So yeah, that's the plan. I mean, the other alternative is I just keep renting the bike I've got for another 2 years, and really that's, you know, even though it's a good price, it's still that much per month that's going to a bike that I've got to give back at the end of the day, you know. And still, I do have to not worry about other expenses. It's, you know, if there's any problems with the brakes or anything like that, I just take it to them and then they fix it. And insurance is covered, registration's covered, all those things are covered. With a rental bike, all you're doing is paying for the fuel. So that's it. Fuel will be a little bit more, but only because the tank's going to be bigger in one of these. I think it's around about 400 baht to fill it up, which makes it about nearly 4 times the size of my little scooter here. It's a belt drive, yeah? I think it is, yes. Yeah, something I've never had before either. But, you know, that's fine. Could you rent an AD? Yes, I could. In fact, where I do rent from, I'm planning to go see him, not today on Sunday, but maybe early next week. I'll go and pay him a visit. And if he just happens to have one there for the day, sure, I'll just see if I can borrow it for a day and take it for a bit of a run. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely like to do that. I don't think the dealerships allow you to do that. But yes, yeah, just something that's a reasonably current model, like 23, 24 model. I'll see if he's got one and just take it for a ride and see what it's like, for sure. Anyway, that's that. So that's the future there, possibly, is one of these bikes. Another thing I wanted to mention, for anyone who's bought me a coffee, or in my case, an iced coffee, there's a link down in the description. I want to put out a big thanks to Stephen Fry, who bought me 3 iced coffees. Thank you very much. And just an hour ago before a live stream, I got a notification of someone, you don't have to leave your name if you don't want to, but they bought a coffee for me too. So thank you very much, you guys. You're welcome. Road to Thailand. Of course, there's super chats and all that stuff as well, but of course, I don't really promote that too much because YouTube take quite a chunk out of that. Whereas that $5, I'll get about $4.80 of that. It's quite a difference. So thank you very much, guys. Now, I've recently subscribed. Let me get the camera back here a little bit. And we've got a red light that's come on my. Why is that? There's a red light come on my DJI gimbal there. I'm sure I had it charged. Not to worry. Hobby Time saying I had a 400cc Suzuki Bergman after my leg amputation went like stink loads of storage too. Yeah, lots of storage in these scooters. They're great. The problem I have with my one here I've got is I can't even fit a helmet under the seat. I've got a full face helmet, the modular one, and it doesn't fit under the seat at all. It's not a big deal. It's not like you got to put it under the seat when you park somewhere. You just stick it up there on the mirror. That's fine. The problem is when it's raining. You don't want your helmet to get wet because no matter how you sit your helmet, it's going to get water in it if it's outside your bike. And the other thing is that I have to bring it up to my condo every time I come and go to my bike. Whereas if I could just leave it under the seat, that would be good. Which also makes me think of I need to get a cover if I buy a new bike because all the bikes out in front of here, there's no shade at any time of the day. They're in full sun all day. So I'll definitely, I did see on Lazada, it was about 500 baht for a cover for a Honda ADV, so that's nothing, that's fine, yeah. So I subscribed to this ASEAN, okay, it's the news source over here for Thailand anyway, and I get email subscriptions so that the latest news gets emailed to my Discovering Thailand inbox. I've just recently done that in the last week or two and starting to look at it. Not a big news person, certainly not international news, but I do like to hear what's happening local here. Yakla, I'm saying need to make sure you get a good rear rack for your top box, right? A lot of cast ones just snap off relatively easy. Okay, good to know. Yeah, okay. Thanks, I will. So don't buy the cheapest one you see is probably what you're saying there. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember the name of the top box that I had. Chad, I think it was called Chad. That's what Dave has on his one, and it's what I had on my Suzuki V-Strom back in Sydney. It was a good top box, never had a problem with that. And I think that you can get them over here too. So I have to decide, I don't know if there's like a different type of panniers rather than the hard box panniers. You can get like soft ones that I used to have on my V-Strom. They're just a bit more wear and tear. You wouldn't want them to crack or anything like that. Yeah, those are good. The Givy ones, yeah. I think Moto something was the ones I had, the bags on mine. But again, if the bike falls over, you need to have the bars go around and so they protect those side panniers as well, because if they go down and touch the road or dirt or whatever you're on, they're going to just crack easily. So you need to have some protection bars around them. So anyway, so ASEAN. So what I'm looking at is I recently saw a story about the bank accounts, Thai bank accounts, people not being able to open a Thai bank account because of a crackdown that's happening. All right, and what I noticed was how quickly, and I won't name any names, but other YouTubers jump on that bandwagon without doing a bit of research and just need to chill a bit and give it a day, at least 24 hours to, you know, find out where the source of your information is coming from, because this ASEAN seems okay. It's got plenty of news on there, but not one article have I ever found in here points back to the author. Okay? I mean, we've got here admin. That's all we know. Admin posted it. There's no reference to who researched and who found out this information. Okay? So one of the things I found out here was that last Wednesday, I think it was came up in the news and people jumped on it, you know, and basically it was they were putting banks in Thailand were not allowing any foreigners to open up any new accounts because of a crackdown on scammers from Myanmar and Laos and something to do with some call centres. Okay. Now, it was reported by other YouTubers on their channel, and I don't know if maybe they were trying to give important information out to people and their subscribers and so forth that might be coming here wanting to start a retirement visa or whatever reason to open a bank account and suddenly find that you can't do that. But actually, you need to research more than just where the Bangkok Post or this website or where you get your information. It doesn't take much to ring up a branch. Ring Bangkok Bank. There's a branch everywhere. Go in and call into one. You know, do a bit of legwork and check. Maybe you are just doing it to get the views. Maybe it's just not a clickbait, but it's just something to get the views and stuff. But see, the thing is, and I'll have a look here, when this article came out on Thursday, the first thing it says at the top of the report is, currently, right, there is no outright ban on Thai banks opening accounts for foreigners. Okay? And then they go into their story all about it, about call centre scams and everything. But you saw that, all right? And then that's what everybody jumped on and started reporting without reading that. Then on the, when was this? A few days ago. When was this? Let me just double check this. 17th? No, that was the other one. After that, this one came out, the 17th, right? And this one, you read all of it down to about 2/3 of the way through the article. And again, it says, currently there are no official ban on opening new accounts, but banks are exercising caution. Okay? There was nowhere that it was saying that it was stopped, all right? And it never was. Hey, Rick Nielsen, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Yes, loving life in Chiang Mai. So it's, you know, like, this is what turned me off news. I don't watch television news. Back in Australia for the last few years, I don't watch any commercial news channels. I don't watch any of it. It's all about the money and the advertising to make you watch, and they'll sensationalize everything to keep your eyes there, particularly when they go to commercials, because that's where the money is. That's where the money is, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I think people need to research and check their information first, you know. Let's go down and have a look. We got, what do we got? Totally agree. I read that as well, and am finding and find I'm shaking my head a lot, especially with the comment sections. Oh, look, you can't even go through the comment sections. And then I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should make a comment here, you know, but then I thought, no, I won't, because there is one particular person I know for a fact, when I went through their comments section, that they will, without hesitation, as a YouTuber, if you know, you can hide comments and users from your channel, which means if you've been hidden from someone's channel, you can still post comments, but nobody else will see them. Okay, you think your comment's gone through and it's up there to be seen, but no one else can see them. Okay, and I know for a fact that if you look at the times, all right, over the hours of all the comments that went in on that video, there were sections there where, he's replied back to a few, and then there was an hour gone by, 2 hours gone by, with just 1 or 2 comments, but they're all the positive comments. All right, all the positive comments are showing up in that section, because he's gone through and just taken out every negative comment. So if I can't criticise and give a criticism that's you know, worthy of criticism, like has backing to it, if you're just going to delete comments, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bother. In fact, I even unsubscribed to that channel because I just don't like the way, you know, that happens. I understand people using clickbait on their thumbnails and so forth, and I'm guilty as anybody, but I can honestly say that the content of my video is 100% related to what the thumbnail was portraying. Okay, that's it. So, you know, otherwise, what happens? You get views. Yeah, views. People come in, you might get 10,000 views on your video. Well, that's no good if they come in, have a look, and they watch for the first 20 seconds and it's not what they thought it was, and they go off and click somewhere else. Who wants 20,000 views of 10, 20 seconds? Eh? I'd rather have 2,000 views of people who watch the whole thing, because they're interested and they know what it's about and they want to see it to the end. So, you know, boy, I'm on a rant today, aren't I? Gosh. Anyway, g'day, Pete. Yes, thanks, mate. Yeah, so anyway, just I'm new to this ASEAN website, and I'm just looking at all these. Again, they do it as well, all right? They're a news thing, so they need to get people looking, all right? Because there's advertising, right? You know, they want you to look at this too, you know? It's the title of this is Future Uncertain for Retiree Bank Accounts in Thailand. Well, the future, let me tell you another thing. This whole thing started in Pattaya, okay, from one bank branch that had to put a hold on some accounts because they were related to this scamming and something to do with Bitcoin cryptocurrency, okay? One branch in Pattaya. So they, for security reasons, which is perfectly right, stopped doing any foreign bank account openings. All right? One branch in Pattaya, not nationwide, as you'll see happens when the media get onto it, okay? And that's what it was. So let's move on. I know this isn't an airport, but I'm announcing my departure because I need to get ready to go to my sister-in-law's. I'll try to remember to join again next time. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. I'm on the same time every weekend, all right? So next time, just remember, book your sister-in-law's a little bit later or a little bit earlier. That's fine. Thank you very much for coming in and saying hello and chat to us. Obviously, the person who wrote that comment doesn't know foreigners require a Thai bank account as part of their visa requirements. Yeah, that's right. They certainly do. And like to hate each other. No names mentioned. Yeah, some YouTubers. Yeah. And some YouTubers I don't even know exist that I wish I'd known earlier. There was a couple I seen the other day that I've never seen before. Apparently they're around here in Chiang Mai quite often doing stuff, and yeah, doing some nice, decent content there as well. So it's all good. Most of us, we all get along. We do. Yeah, that one branch does a few. Yeah, that's right. And also, I did this in my video that I did about opening a bank account in Thailand, all right? Number one rule, if you're worried about being able to open up a bank account by yourself without having to pay an agent to do it, all right, is don't go to the branch where all the foreigners go to. Don't go to Central Festival or the Airport Central. Don't go to those big branches, all right? Go to the smaller branches. The smaller local branches, they'll speak enough English. You usually got to sit there with the manager anyway, all right? And she's usually has a fair hold of English, all right? And they don't deal with as many foreigners coming in, okay? Especially non-English speaking foreigners, which can be difficult, all right? And if you go in there and you've got and you look good, you wear a shirt, you don't wear thongs or sandals, you put on a pair of decent pants and look decent, walk in there, you know, have some cash to put in to open your account. I think you only need 500, but what the hell, give them 5,000, you know? I mean, you know, you're going to use it anyway. Walk in there and have everything you need. It's not much, your residency certificate, your passport, all that stuff, just put it all there, be nice, smile. 90% of the time, even if not higher, you won't have a problem. You won't have a problem, all right? Having said that, I used an agent about 4 or 5 years ago in Pattaya. I didn't know any better, but at that point, it only cost about 2,000 baht to use an agent to open your account, and it only took about 2-3 hours, and you walk away and there you are, you got your card and your account's open and the app's on your phone and everything's fine. Okay, so there you go. Now, what else was there? I think that's all I was really wanting to talk about. Just that ASEAN, how they send out all the latest news. I'm just seeing what else they've got here. Bag snatching. Yeah, affecting an Australian couple. Oh, they arrested an Australian couple suspected of snatching bags from tourists. Really, in Phuket. Now, I'm going to say, because Thailand is ranked as the safest city actually, it's the safest country in the world when it comes to crime. And Chiang Mai is the safest city in the world. How's that? So there you go. And it's not Thais robbing us. It looks like it's Farangs robbing Farangs. After mucking around in Chiang Mai, going to many banks, I did a road trip to Pattaya, used a good cheap agent in Pattaya to open the account. Yeah, that's right. It's an option. You can always do that. Oh, that's good coffee. Good instant coffee. All right, I'm not a great coffee connoisseur. So we just got another, what that? No, something about the biometric system fails to record 17 million travellers as they come into Thailand's immigration. Okay, doesn't surprise me. He's in Thailand, balancing immigration assistance with challenges. Anyway, so there you go. That's that. What else have I got to show? Oh, I've also got to let you guys know, if we go back to my YouTube studio, have a quick look in here. It's going to up. Oh, look at this. Do you see that? We've just hit 3,500 subscribers. So at least 2 of you guys, possibly on the live stream, have subscribed to the channel. and just put it at 3,500. Thank you, everybody. Fantastic. The next target is 4,000, onward and upward, eh? It's funny because I've been sitting on about, I just need 5 more subscribers, and it was like for the last three days, it went up. Then I needed 4 more subscribers. I thought 4 to go, and then it went back to 5 more to go, and I thought, oh, come on, you know. And I realised I hadn't put a video out for about 10 days, which I'm going to rectify. I've got a couple of videos planned, and I'll give you a little bit of a heads up on what I'm going to be doing. Well, I'll tell you that now, actually. But first, no, I'll tell you that now before I show you around a little bit. It's warming up in here. I'm starting to wish I'd put a t-shirt on instead of this. Tomorrow, Monday, I've got an appointment to visit a house for rent. Okay, so because my video did so well, I think we just passed, if I have a quick look, we'll have a look at my content. Yes, so my 200 rent in Thailand video just clocked over 18,000 views. It was such a popular video, I thought, that was something that obviously I found an interest there, and something I'm interested in, because I'm doing this video about what I enjoy, all right, that I'm passing on. Now, I do plan next year, I'd love to rent a house, move out of the condo, get something a little bit bigger, all right? So I'm going to see a house tomorrow, a rental property. It's 10,000 baht a month. It's only 2,000 baht more than what I'm paying for my condo here. It's a 2-bedroom house, okay? And a big thank you goes out to Perfect Homes, who, after collaborating with them, have given me permission to film their properties that they have available. And this one particular house, it works out at about $300 a month is the rent. And we're going to go in there, we're going to have a look at it, and it'll be along the same theme as my last video, is what you get for that price. And it'll be the same. So it's not necessarily, let's look at a condo that's available to rent, which it is, but it's more like, this is how much if you pay this much, this is what you can get. And we're going to look at the 2 bedrooms, the layout, the furniture, the yard, the location, all that information. And of course, you know, if you are interested in renting it, then you can contact Perfect Homes and chase them up for all that detailed information. So that's going to be a video. I'm going to meet one of the lovely ladies from Perfect Homes tomorrow. She's going to meet me at the house, and we're going to go out and video and do that. So I'm really looking forward to that. And also we may go into other things like maybe move it up a notch and say, all right, let's have a look at a mid-price condo, you know, because I'm at the low to mid-price here, 8,000. But for what I got here, this is a bargain, right? But maybe we want to look at something that's 5,000. Maybe we want to look at something that's up around 12 to 15,000. Just so you guys can get a range of what's available, particularly my American viewers that are coming over here. And most of the viewers who are watching that video, I can go into all the statistics of that and see where the audience are watching from. And this is why you'll see the title on the thumbnails in US dollars, because something like 40%, 40 to 50% of the viewers are from America, and they don't want to work out and convert Thai baht. They just want to know, you know, when you see a title that said $200 a month to rent, you want to look at that. So we'll do that. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and let's hope it doesn't rain, because I don't want to get wet on my bike riding out there. It's not far. It's literally 10 minutes from where I am. It's just on the north side of, it's probably 5 minutes from Central Festival Shopping Centre. It's quite a good location. And So look forward to that video coming out possibly, well, definitely by the end of next week, for sure. And just, yeah, something different. I got a few other ideas for some more videos as well. I get a lot of ideas from you guys as well, who leave comments below, which is really good to let me know. But yeah, I'm really thrilled. We finally hit that 3,500 mark. That's brilliant. The 1 year in Thailand video, that also has done really well too. We're just about to hit 7,000 views on that. If I click on that and go into the analytics, we'll pop that up. We're at 6,973 views, so that will go well and truly over today. And that's another good video too. That was really good. For those that are curious, I got 114 subscribers came from viewing that video, new subscribers to the channel. And in comparison, when we go to the rental video for the $200 one that I did, 337 subscribers came from that, watching that video. So that's fantastic. And then if we look at my best video of all time, let me go back to this one, was the visa one. 602 subscribers came from watching that video. And it's still ranked as one of my most watched videos every week on YouTube. So yeah, it's great stuff. I really love this YouTube stuff. But I don't just do YouTube. All right, let's have a look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around. And I know some of you guys may have seen this before. Some of you may not. But this is my little recording studio. So here's my condo. For the new people out there, we've got my nice widescreen TV. All right, for those who don't know, when you rent a condo, and in most cases houses, but mostly condos, right, furniture's included. All right, you don't need to go buy your TV, your lounge, your bedroom setting, your microwave, your fridge, everything is included in here. Look, here's the view, guys. So it's turned out to be a nice day. It's gotten, the sun's coming out, the roads are dry, we're looking out to the east. On a clear day, right, you can see the mountains over there, but now we can't, it's hazy. But even though it's hazy out there, it's nowhere near as hazy as it has been for the last week. The rain has cleared things up quite a lot. They've got this netting on here, they put these here. This is not to stop you jumping, because it wouldn't. That's to stop birds coming in here and shitting all over your balcony. Okay, and it works, it's a great idea. Just not very good when you want to take photos or video off the balcony. Okay, so we've got a gas station over there. Under that blue roof is there's a couple of little cafes there. There's a 7-Eleven. We've got a 7-Eleven just there. A nice restaurant I ate at last night. I had some chicken that I need to ask her what she cooks it in, because it's delicious. I don't know what the seasoning is. I need to, I think I tried to ask her once, but she didn't understand me. Because then I put it on the chicken I buy and cook in my air fryer. So a good little cafe down there. There's a bigger restaurant under that bigger tin roof there. And as we go to the right down the road there, there's just, they're all gone now, but all the night stalls and cafes all come in every night. Just in that empty parking spot down there, a guy comes there, sets up some tables and chairs, and does some really nice crispy pork with rice and egg. Delicious. But again, really nice. Even in the back streets, over in amongst here, if you go for a walk down some of these little laneways between, there's all these like little mum and pop sort of cafes and restaurants and little shops along down through there. And this is what I love about Chiang Mai, is there's just so much to see. So a bit of construction going on over in the distance. There's some big condos over there in the background. I don't know where that is. But yeah, now I am on the street side. It's a little bit noisy. But when the windows are closed, you can't hear a thing. It's really good. It's not too bad at night, although there are a couple of young hoons on motorbikes that go through. So yeah. So we'll come back in. We'll go for a look along here. This is a 46 square metre condo. Look at this. So this is basically my studio. Okay. So there we are. This is where I do my recording. This is my hobby. So I build models, you know, like Airfix and Tamiya and all those sort of plastic model building. And at the moment, you can see my setup there. I have my YouTube channel for this is called Oscar Modelling. I'll give myself a free plug. We've got my recording microphone set up. My Nikon camera records what I'm doing down here. We've got a very bright light, so I can see what I'm doing when I'm building. We've got another monitor there that transfers the camera view bigger so I can see it, make sure everything's in focus. And right now, I'm building a Spitfire. I'm actually building that, the Mark 1 Spitfire. There's two in the kit actually. I'm building one of them. So I recently did the fuselage and you can see, look at the detail. We've got all the seat belts are in there, the seats in there, all the controls for the instrument panel. It's quite detailed. And I'm up to doing the inside of the wings where the landing gear are. And it's all got to be painted. Out in the balcony I have an airbrush where I paint. So yeah, that's my setup. So there you go. That's all I need to show. You don't want to see the kitchen. It's sort of clean, sort of is. My air fryer there. Love the air fryer. Hardly use my microwave. In fact, that's my bread bin now. I just keep my bread in the microwave now. I rarely use it. I use the air fryer for everything. So there you go. All right. So this is an example of what you can get for $8,000. Although this is very cheap. I don't think you would find another condo in this whole building, studio condo, for that price. Yeah, I'm on a good thing here. And I'm happy. In fact, just a few days ago, I signed my new lease for another 12 months. So I'm definitely staying put for another 12 months here. Okay. You can see my Stormtrooper helmet up there behind me. It's one of those modular ones that open up like this. First time I've had one like that. It's really good, especially here when the weather's so hot. You can actually have that open, have the wind come through. It's really nice. So there you go. Well, you know, if I'd have made the stream an hour later, I could have made it out to somewhere, to a coffee shop. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go for a ride today. I've been inside for the last 2 days. I have to, it's supposed to rain for the next 2 days. I know that it's been predicted. Let me have a quick look. If I can open that one, I think. No, not that one. Close that. Where are we? Oh, my weather up here is really good. Very detailed weather. 26 degrees right now. Says feels like 32. Let's just spin this around a bit. There you go. Oh, camera tends to wander a bit. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, it's going to be, is that yesterday? What was it showing yesterday? 30 degrees today, 28 on Monday, possible bit of rain, bit of cloud. Then we're getting up later in the week, 33, Friday 34, 35 next weekend. And going into next week, it's 35 every day. So the hot weather's coming. Summer's here, I think. Yeah, very detailed. So, all good. There we go. So that's it, guys. Well, that's it, man. I'm gonna head off. Thank you all. Don't forget, keep an eye out for the next video. It'll come out probably, we'll see, by the end of the week, by the end of next week. Yeah, I'll try and get it out by the end of next week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, you'll be subscribed. Make sure you got notifications set to all so you get notified. Other than that, that's it. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me on the live stream. And I'm just checking. There we go. A bit more in chat appearing now. What's this question? Sorry, I didn't see a question. Is there anything food or drink from Australia you really miss? Yeah, isn't there? What? Gosh. Listen, I've got Wheat Bix there, all right? I've got Wheat Bix. I've got peanut butter. I was never a big Vegemite thing, so that's okay. Not so much on the Vegemite, right? I like my toast and peanut butter. And if the bread's fresh, bread and peanut butter. I love it. I can't find butter that tastes like the old margarine, you know, in like Meadowlee. You can buy Meadowlee here, but it's damn expensive. It's like $5 for like a little thin one like that. $5, you know, nah. What do I miss? Yeah, I miss a baked leg of lamb with baked potatoes. Oh, a baked leg of lamb, baked potatoes. To have a baked leg of lamb here, it's going to cost me about $100. You know, I've seen them in the supermarket. Very expensive. It's $440, it's about $20, right, for 4 lamb cutlets over here. That's $5 a cutlet, right? And I'm a butcher by trade, all right? I'm a butcher, trade qualified. And I can tell you that every time I look at those packets, one of the 3 is not actually a cutlet. It's a neck chop, all right? So the neck works down there on the lamb, right? And then the cutlets are the ribs before it gets to the loin, right? What they do is the neck is the cheapest. Neck chops are the cheapest part of the lamb, and they use that. And they throw one of those in before it becomes the cutlets, which are the most expensive part of the lamb, because you only get a small number of cutlets in a lamb. So, yeah, I wasn't going to pay that much. No way. Oh, what's this? I had grilled lamb chops this week here. Oh, wow, meat. I'm drooling. Meat has become so expensive in Australia. Yeah, I know it has. It's shocking, isn't it? It's really shocking. I remember I talking to my sister who lives in Queensland, and she was telling me about her shopping bill and what she pays when she goes out and buys sausages and mince and stir fry. And I'm like, really? You're paying like $15 for half a kilo of stir fry? When the butcher, right, he'll put in that black bean or whatever flavoured in that stir fry mix, then he'll put in the capsicum and all the other stuff. That literally doubles the weight of the original meat cuts that are in there. And of course, he's not putting rump steak in that stir fry cut up. No, of course not. He'd be using probably round steak or topside steak that's way cheaper. And they're $15. That's, you know, oh my God. Sausages. I could go on all day. I won't. I have to go. But yeah, it's terribly expensive in Australia. It's terrible. I'm not a big vegetable eater. I've heard vegetables are very expensive in Australia too. And then none of it's fresh. None of it's fresh. Don't go into a supermarket and think that any of it's fresh. Even when they have the sign up saying fresh, right? Their definition of fresh, right, is freshly thawed. Okay? It's same with the bakery. All right? What we got? Easter coming up? Those hot cross buns are last year's. They're fresh, freshly thawed from last year. I'm not kidding. I'll give you $1,000 if I'm wrong. Walk in and go and ask speak to one of the staff members in the bakery and ask them, are they fresh or freshly made, or they've been thawed out? Yeah. All right. And vegetables are the same, you know. And the only reason meat isn't like that, all right, meat comes in fresh, all right, that's fair enough. But, you know, the profits on it is so wide, you know, when you cost out the cost of, say, a loin of T-bone steak, and you cut that out and you slice it up and you cost it out, right, from what you paid for it as a wholesaler to the supermarket, to the customer, the markup is huge. Now they can go and say, oh, but we got to pay, the rent's gone up, the electricity bill's gone up, these things. Yeah, but it hasn't, you know, that's all part of a business. You have to absorb into a business. You don't just throw that straight onto the customer. And the customer, you know, you're getting an upper and lower class and middle class of customer, right? There's no lower class of customer buying meat anymore, right? Even the middle class customers can't afford meat anymore, you know? There'll always be people with money that can afford anything, and that's what they're dragging in through the door to sell to. They don't care about anybody less. And corporate greed, it is. That's right. Hey, Jim, how are you, mate? Welcome. I'm just about to finish up, guys. Anyway, but yeah, maybe we should talk about cost of living differences between wherever you are, whether it's Argentina, the US, to here. I mean, if you want to eat your food from your country, which you can do in most cases in the supermarkets here, you're going to pay those prices that you did back home, if not more, because it's exported, all right, or it's imported here. It's fine to do that occasionally. I buy frozen meals. I got frozen lasagnas and spaghetti in the freezer for those times when I just don't feel like going out and I just want to throw one of them in the microwave. But if you want to live cheap over here but still eat well, then you got to eat local food, you know. Go to Macro and buy some 4 and 20s. No, I didn't. I don't know where the Macro is around here, but I will have to, yeah. I told you there was a pie shop down the road here. Actually, I want to try their lasagna. Apparently you get a nice big piece of lasagna down there, so I want to go check that out. It's about 100 baht for that, but I can get 2 meals. And I got frozen French fries in the fridge. Lasagna with French fries. That's it. Dinner's set tonight. That's it. That's my dinner tonight. Jim's staying at your sister's house this upcoming week. Dog sitting. Oh, well, she travels to the Caribbean for a week's vacation. Oh, man. Yeah, really? Take the dog to a dog kennel and go with her. Be her chaperone. Caribbean. Wow. Hey, the good life. There's a Macro in Handong or near Central Festival. Okay. You've seen the pies at Handong. Okay. All right. I went to the Big C at Handong. I go there, past there quite often. Macro. I'll throw that in Google Maps and see if I can find where that is and call in there. Yeah. If it's a big Macro, they're like a big warehouse where you just go through the trolley. Amazing, yeah. I seen a place called, I forget the name of it now. It's at the back of Airport Central Shopping Centre. It's a supermarket, but it's a bulk buy supermarket. And I've been around the world, but I have never seen a place that big, a supermarket that big. I mean, the seafood was everywhere. It was massive. Even the trolleys were big. I've heard of Nana Bakery in Chiang Mai. I've heard of that, you know, yeah. I will have to go and check that out. I haven't been there, but I will. Yeah, that's it, the Go Warehouse. Massive. I went in there because I got there accidentally too early. I think it was on Saturday, and they don't open till 11 o'clock at the airport central. So I had nearly an hour to kill, and I wanted a coffee. I thought I'll go in there, and there's a Amazon in there. I went in there and had Amazon coffee. I don't mind them. They're a lot cheaper than Starbucks, and I don't like Starbucks that much. So, and I walked in and I'm like, wow, look at this. It's like the aisle's a mile long. Look at that. Yeah, what's this? Have to have a cannelli from Nana Bakery. They're delicious. All right, good. I will. They had, there was something up there. I forget what it was. At the bakery. Bacon Bite is the name of the place just down the road here. Very, very popular place that have frozen foods that you can take home. I bought a chicken pie there for about, I think it was only about 50 baht. Beautiful chicken pie. Oh, really nice. And I'm going to go and see what else they have there, but you can eat there as well. It looks really good. So, all right, enough talk. I have to go, all right? So thanks everybody. Thanks for watching, and thanks to all the new subscribers. You got me over 3,500 mark. We're gonna get to that 300,000 subscribers in no time. I can feel it. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yes, it's the weekend everywhere in the world right now, and I'll see you hopefully all next live stream. Hey. All right. Cheers all. Have a good one. Bye. There it is.